What's going on, everybody? It's Blandon here again, and this is part 3 of the 3-part series on how you can set a financial goal. And in this video, we are going to explore the 3 elements to a solid financial goal that you can actually achieve. Now, we often overestimate what we could achieve in a year, and this is especially true for properties because you are getting 1, leverage, and 2, compound effect on the capital gains, which means you want to start as early as possible. Now, the first important element to setting your financial goal is defining the why. One of the best ways to find motivation is to persuade yourself that the goal is very important. The Greek philosopher Aristotle divided the means of persuasion, the appeals, into 3 categories: ethos, pathos, and logos. Ethos is credibility. So how you could apply this is to understand what others in similar financial position have achieved so that you can visualize what could be possible for yourself. And in our masterclass in the description below shows you exactly just that, what ordinary clients have achieved through properties in the last 5-10 years. Pathos is emotional appeal. So for example, I want to set a good financial example for my kids so that they can grow up to become financially savvy. Or maybe it's about making my parents proud. Or maybe you want to show yourself that you can achieve financial freedom. The third one, logos, stands for logical. What is it actually going to do for you? Is it going to give you better financial options, perhaps a safety net in case of an emergency, or simply utilizing what you currently have a lot better? Now, of course, you don't always have to have all 3 elements, but if you hit all 3, ethos for credibility, understanding what others have achieved, logos for logical reasoning, and pathos, something that is very meaningful to you and you have to dig deep. And if you have all 3, your goal is going to be a lot more tangible. Second important element to setting a solid financial goal is understanding your own values. Now, it's so easy to fall into the trap that you want more. Once you buy a property, maybe you hit your goal and you just automatically want more. And a thought inspired by the author Stephen Covey, the author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, is that peace of mind comes from living into the values that are truly important to you. And an important lesson for myself after reading about it is that instead of measuring my success on financial gains, I want to measure my success on the daily based on whether or not I have lived into the values that are important to myself. And so to give you an example, one important value for myself is being a good steward. What does that actually mean? It's being grateful to all the resource and talents that I'm given and continuously get better at managing them. So in a property context, perhaps you don't want to rip people off, you don't want to be a dick about it. When you're negotiating, always find a win-win solution. What are your values? I'm keen to hear about them in the comments below. Now, the third important element to a solid financial goal is set a income goal, not a property goal. One of the common mistakes that people make when it comes to setting financial goals is making it about how many properties they want opposed to the income itself. Now, 10 properties surely sound like a great goal, but it's a massive difference if you have 10 properties in the West Coast or 10 properties in Auckland. So instead of focusing on how many properties, you should focus on the outcome of how much equity or how much passive income. Say, for example, you want to have 2 mil of net assets by retirement. That means if you sold all your properties and pay off all the debt, you'll have 2 million left over. That is a much better goal than setting how many properties you should have. A cash flow goal would be something like $200,000 net passive income after all your expenses, and that is your passive income for retirement. And it's going to be very important for you to actually apply a timeline on that. Do you want to achieve it in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? Because once you have established the timeline and actually how much equity or income you want to hit financial freedom, then the next moves that you need to make are going to be a lot clearer and it's going to be a lot simpler. Now, it's important to remember that everybody starts in a different financial position. So you need to choose a property strategy that is going to be relevant for your current situation so you don't run out of borrowing capacity. Because nothing is worse than just buying that one property and then you're getting stuck and you're not able to hit the amount that you need to invest in to hit your financial goal. And if you need a bit of help there, this is where our advisors can add a lot of value, because once you're clear on what you're wanting, they will be able to advise you on what kind of yield or margin you might need to look for on the next property purchase. And they can also show you the best financing strategy that's going to help you achieve your goal. So give us a thumbs up if you have learned something in this video. And in summary, first element is to define your why. Make sure it really means something to you, and don't forget to check out our masterclass on what is possible. Secondly, dig deep to understand what you value most. This will set the pillars and the foundation to your investing strategy. And lastly, don't make it about how many properties, but have the end goal related to a financial outcome, such as equity or cash flow, to hit the financial freedom goal that you want. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.